Pauper Affinity is a top-tier aggro combo deck that utilizes the synergy of powerful artifacts and spells to either out-aggro our opponent or win out of nowhere with a combo kill. A little disclaimer before this video starts. There are countless ways to build this deck, and this is only one of them. At the end of the video, I will talk about other cards that can be included both in the main board and the sideboard of the deck, so feel free to customize the deck according to your preferences. Okay, so we have an artifact-based deck, and the first set of powerful artifacts are the artifact lands. Yes, that's right, the artifact lands are legal in Pauper. We run playsets of Seat of the Synod, Tree of Tales, Great Furnace, and Darksteel Citadel. These lands are powerful because they are free artifacts, which matters because we have a ton of cards that rely on having a high artifact count. You may have noticed that our lands all only produce one color each, which means that we are going to need some mana fixing, because the deck can be anywhere from 3 to 5 colors. There are plenty of mana fixing artifacts at the common level. There are two types of mana fixing artifacts, one-time use and repeatable. For our one-time use artifacts, we run a playset of Chromatic Star. This card fixes your mana one time and lets you draw a card when you do. While the card draw is nice, it's important to only use this when you have to, as it adds to your artifact count while it's on the battlefield. We play a ton of repeatable mana fixing artifacts, the first being a playset of Springleaf Drum. This card lets us tap a creature and itself to add 1 mana of any color to our mana pool. This even lets us tap a creature with Summoning Sickness to add the mana. It also adds to our artifact count. Next up is 3 Prophetic Prisms. These draw us a card when it enters the battlefield, and it also fixes our mana and adds to our artifact count. I keep mentioning that artifact count matters, and here's why. Our main game plan is aggro beatdown using efficient creatures. The beatdown creatures we play are playsets of Carapace Forger, Frogmite, and Mirror Enforcer. Each of these creatures are efficient only because of having a high artifact count. Carapace Forger is normally a 2/2, but it has the ability Metalcraft, which in this case states that if we control 3 or more artifacts, Carapace Forger gets +2/+2. In this deck, Carapace Forger is almost always a 4/4, and can come down as early as turn 2. Frogmite is a 2/2 for 4 with the ability Affinity for Artifacts. This means that for each artifact we have on the battlefield, Frogmite's mana cost is reduced by 1. At worst, this is a 2 mana 2/2, but it is often cast for free. Similar to Frogmite is its bigger brother, Mirror Enforcer. This can come down as early as turn 3 and is usually cast for 3 mana or less. While not a beatdown card per se, 2 Flayer Husk are in the deck to provide early pressure and enable our Springleaf Drums early. Flayer Husk is an equipment artifact that has the Living Weapon ability. This ability creates a 0/0 black germ token and equips the equipment to it upon entering the battlefield. When this germ token dies, the equipment stays on the battlefield, allowing us to use it to buff our creatures. In addition to the beatdown plan, we also have a combo plan. Our combo is a 2-card combo consisting of a playset of Atog and 2 Flings. Atog has the ability to sacrifice an artifact to give itself +2/+2. This is a huge threat if left unblocked. If your opponents can't kill it and can't block it, you can sack as many artifacts as you want, which is usually game ending. Fling lets us sacrifice a creature to deal damage to either a creature or player equal to the power of the sacrificed creature. This means that we can sacrifice artifacts to the Atog and fling it at our opponent if you don't think they have a counterspell or a kill spell. This combo wins out of nowhere, and it makes it so a resolved Atog is always a threat. At worst, Fling can just be used as an extra removal spell. Just in case we need it, we also run a playset of Galvanic Blast, as its Metalcraft ability is just too good not to play in this deck. 1 red mana for a better Lightning Bolt most of the time? Yes, please. Use this to take care of annoying creatures, clear a path for Atog, or simply finish off our opponents. Being mainly an aggro deck, we tend to play out our hand very quickly. This means we're going to need some card draw to provide constant pressure without fizzling out. For these slots, we play 3 Perilous Research, 2 Ichor Wellsprings, and 4 Thoughtcast. Perilous Research and Ichor Wellspring go hand in hand, as we can cast Perilous Research, sacrificing an Ichor Wellspring to draw 2 cards from the Perilous Research and 1 from the Ichor Wellspring. Thoughtcast is just insane in this deck. While it has a converted mana cost of 5, it's often cast for 1 blue mana, thanks to the Affinity for Artifacts ability that it has. The deck has tons of strengths. It's explosive, there's tons of decisions to make, it draws lots of cards, and has a backup combo win con. It's highly flexible, allowing for customization, and it gives us access to all 5 colors of mana, allowing us to play all of the powerful sideboard cards. It does have one big weakness though. Since we're playing so many artifacts, we're extremely weak to artifact hate. The biggest one being Gorilla Shaman. This thing can destroy our lands for the low cost of 1 mana each. There's also artifact hate in almost every color, so expect to see some form of artifact hate from each deck you face. Being a highly customizable deck, Affinity has many other cards that can be in the main deck. Temur Battle Rage, Somber Hoverguard, Auriok Sunchaser, Ancient Den, Disciple of the Vault, and Vault of Whispers are just some examples. Just like the main deck, there are tons of cards we can play in the sideboard. For this deck specifically, we're playing 2 Electrickery and 1 Krark Clan Shaman to deal with Elves, Boggles, and token decks. 3 Hydroblast to counter or destroy Gorilla Shamans and other red spells. 2 Pyroblast to counter counters and destroy blue creatures. 1 Relic of Progenitus for the graveyard-based matchups. 3 Gorilla Shaman for the Affinity Mirror. 1 Perilous Research for more card draw, and 2 Serene Heart for the Boggles matchup. Some other sideboard options are Reaping the Graves, Lightning Bolt, Journey to Nowhere, Ray of Revelation, Ancient Grudge, Duress, Feed the Clan, the list goes on and on. Feel free to build Affinity any way you like. Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching. We're over 200 subscribers already. That's crazy. I can't thank you guys enough for the support. This has been awesome. I love making videos for you all. If you like this video, make sure to like, comment, and share the video. If you're interested in the deck, I put a link in the description that will take you to the deck list on mtggoldfish.com. There you can see the prices for both MTGO and paper. And also, don't forget to subscribe and please follow me on Twitter at Pauper_Fox, as I will be tweeting out my progress as I'm making videos, so you can stay up to date. And as always, don't forget to check out the Pauper subreddit r/Pauper for all your Pauper needs. And thank you guys again so much. If you guys want to give me some suggestions for deck techs, leave a comment and I will read them and I will add them to the list.